The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello and welcome to Your Message on the Move, Mobile Marketing 2013. I'm Bob Bentz. I'm the president of ATS Mobile. We're located here right outside of Philadelphia, and it's starting to snow. So those of you in Southern California and Florida and around the country, I must admit we're envious. If you want to link in with me, here's the place to do it. You can scan my custom QR code there, or you can text Bob to 84444. So here's a little background on myself. I'll be your speaker for part of the day and the MC of the event. We have four very talented and experienced individuals that are going to be speaking to you today. John Geary, who will be talking to us about apps. I'll be giving a little bit of overview of the mobile product line. Brad Bierman is here to talk about social media and its integration with mobile. And Scott Bronenberg is going to bring it all together with some programs that have been done that are outstanding in the mobile marketing field. Little background on our company. Unlike most mobile companies, we've been in business since before mobile was popular. We've been around since 1989. We've always done interactive telephone services, and we've always called on ad agencies, brands, products, and media. And that has not changed in the 24-year history of the company. What has changed, however, is the medium that we've reached them. We've kind of evolved over that 24-year period from a landline-based phone company to an internet company, and now more recently to an interactive mobile company. We do have offices around the world, and here in the U.S., we're located in Philadelphia and Toronto. By the way, this presentation will be available on YouTube. We'll be sending you an email with an update of how you can access that presentation, and it will also be available to you if you want to get the slides to present to some of your customers if you're an advertising agency, or if you just want to look a little closer. Some of the stats that we used to talk about 6 or 7 years ago when mobile marketing was in its infancy is stats like this, and that is that 91% of us keep our mobile phones within arm's reach 24/7. Other things, like the fact that it takes you 90 minutes on average to respond to an email, but only 90 seconds for a text message. And if you have a moment and you can pull out your cell phones right now and text results to 84444, message and data rates may apply. We'll send you a gift. We'll follow up and get your address, and if we don't have it already from the system when you registered, we're going to send you a little gift just as a thank you for texting results to 84444. You will be opt-in to get mobile marketing tips 2 times per month after that. So a little background here on mobile and its impact on us every day. You can see here that more than half of us are now accessing the internet via a mobile device. That's up considerably over the year before. And about a third of us, this is what we access the web on mostly, is through our mobile phone. In terms of search, 19% of all searches are now done on mobile phones. So whereas we used to talk about the 91% who have the phones in reach 24/7, now we have some real hard statistics that are generating great results, and our brands are very happy with those results that we do in mobile marketing. As far as things that we do on our mobiles, well, the thing that we do the most is send and receive text messages. That's slightly ahead of taking a picture. And there's a lot of other things that we do on mobile as well. So today we're going to be talking about our mobile product line, and I'm going to start right now by turning it over to John Geary, who heads up our apps division here at ATS Mobile. John?
Thanks very much, Bob, and hello, everyone. If I'm not coming through correctly, please just let me know, and we'll make an adjustment. This is an ironic time to be talking about the status of the app world, with Apple having given their numbers yesterday and Samsung having given them today. The world in 2012 was very different than it was in 2011. 2011 could be easily summed up by saying it was the growth of the iPhone and the dominance of the iPad. 2012, nothing could be different. Although Apple sold over 100 million iPads and in the fourth quarter alone sold almost 50 million iPhones, the story for 2012 was the Android product line being developed by original equipment manufacturers such as Samsung, LG, HTC, all starting to grab market share into what had been almost an exclusive world ruled by Apple. To give you an idea, in the fourth quarter, Apple's tablet lost 14% of share due to the emergence of the Android competitors. I think also it's equally interesting to look at how people are accessing the web, how they're getting the type of information that they formerly used to receive by their desktop or the laptop. The best examples of the sunset of the PC can be seen in two examples, I believe. Over the last couple of weeks, you saw Dell seeking to take itself private, and just yesterday, Lenovo, the what formerly used to be the IBM brand of PC, taking a look at perhaps acquiring RIM in order to jumpstart their play into mobile. And speaking of RIM, RIM continued to lose considerable market share. Although they have a presence, it is a diminished presence into the single digits of market share. And Microsoft, even despite their coming out with the 8 operating system, their play into mobile by virtue of the Surface tablet has been disappointing, to say the least. They were looking to sell 2 million Surface tablets in Q4, and they only sold 1 million, so that was not really a strong start. It's not just the devices that we have, but how we're using them. And I think the statistics down at the bottom of the page give you a feel for how people are actually using these products here. The dominance of apps has just grown, not just on the phone but in the pad, and I'm going to talk about that in just a moment. Let me give you a feel for the overall ecosystem here, the difference between mobile and pad, and then also spend a moment giving you an idea for some of the solutions that we have created for our clients. I'm going to speak mostly about native applications. Those are applications which are downloaded from a store, the Google Market or the Apple iTunes App Store. Bob is going to spend some time talking about mobile web. The differences really are in that with a native application, that software is downloaded to your phone, and it allows a whole host of items to happen. Mobile web predominantly is just as it sounds. It is HTML pages that are put through some very good browsers that are on the phones today. The idea of mobile versus pad or tablet really started to come alive last year. Before, we would have used a single phrase, just mobile. But the schism that developed was really the result of the growth of the pad marketplace. And as you all know, the pad is that many times larger than the phone. It's this additional real estate that really is driving a whole new genre of how items are being developed specifically for the phone and specifically for the pad. There is a tool called a universal app that can be developed in the iOS ecosystem so that the mobile app looks better on the pad, but still the pad itself commands use of animation, and you have to have significantly more content in order to pull off a very good pad app. Today, we have developers that focus specifically on mobile and specifically on pads because of their orientations. Let me also speak about pads versus tablets, and those are two very different pieces in the world. Pads, of course, are referring to iPad, iPad mini, but tablets are the Google operating software larger devices. You may see them in common forms such as the Android Galaxy, the Samsung Galaxy that's running Android, or even some of the Kindle Fire products. Over Q3 and Q4, we started to see a real dominance of those coming into play, in part because their price point is that much less expensive. Using the Android store is a real dream relative to the iTunes store. And also there's some really interesting software techniques so that the phone will present the same information one way versus a tablet. So Android folks have really thought through, notwithstanding what is the size of the form factor. The other thing that we started to see in 2012, and we see no abatement to this trend in 2013, is the growth of enterprise really becoming heavily interested in the application world. Businesses taking a look at how they do things, not just external to their customers, but also internal to develop productivity and to do things that they were never capable of doing before these types of hardware became popular. It's gotten such that you can even, through Apple, have an enterprise store where an ABC company does not need to put their apps for internal consumption onto the public store, but can keep them private just for intercompany use. The last thing that we started to see was this idea of complete solutions, whereby it's not just the client-side mobile applications, but it's the consumption of data from multiple sources. It is the use of content management systems, web-based tools in order to work with those CMSs, and also an awful lot of server involvement. It's this complete solution that allows the client not just to send data out to the client devices, the phones and the pads, but also to receive data from those devices with the idea towards combining that data with the goal of making the app smarter and more effective and efficient for the user. So today we do an awful lot of work using all sorts of those products that I mentioned. We have very simple applications. For example, for a national retailer, we provide a product that is simply a branded product that provides a store locator. We then have products that are more complex using a CMS and also using some of our data consumption tools. We have one product, in fact, where in order to operate that, we get 155 feeds that come in on a real-time basis. One of the things also that we're finding here is that our clients are looking at us not just to provide the technical aspects here, the programming, the quality assurance, the statistics and the server work, but really take a look at what is the whole thought process here. How is it valuable to your clients? What's the business model? What are we trying to measure here? What are the measures of success? And then how are we promoting this so that it becomes something that is living and breathing as folks have it on their client devices? So in a nutshell, that's where we are today in the world. Those are the things that are the hottest topics out there. And let me turn it over back to Bob. He's going to provide an overview of all the mobile products that are available in the market today. Thanks very much.
Thank you, John, for that excellent information. I wanted to go through what are the most common products that we provide for mobile marketing. And when it comes to mobile marketing is the term that kind of is the holding tank for all the different various individual products that are available. And really the key thing is to have an integrated marketing approach so you can bring all of them together. But if you could only do one, I would say it would be text message marketing. Of all the mediums that I've seen, it has the best ROI, and it's something that even a small mom and pop pizza shop, for instance, could be spending $45, $50 a month and getting some value out of text message marketing. Of course, it probably goes without saying how important texting is in the United States today. 79% of us send and receive at least 10 text messages per month. And of course, the younger you are, the more likely you are to be an avid text message user. If you're trying to reach teens and young adults through email, probably not going to happen. One of the great things about text message marketing, as opposed to any other kind of medium, is that you can target precisely when the message is to be sent. So, for instance, for our customer Subway, they send all of their broadcast text messages at 11:30 a.m. Why? Because the people out on the job site or the people in the offices are starting to get hungry for lunch, and they offer you the $5 footlong or the free chips and a drink with the purchase of a Subway product. When it comes to text message marketing, we get a lot of people who call us and say, do you have a big list of all the people that live in Chicago? We want to send them a text message. Well, that isn't how it works. You have to have a legitimate and verifiable opt-in from your customer, and that is usually done by the customer sending a keyword to a shortcode. As you can see in this particular example, this customer has put a sticker on his pizza boxes and in the window, and when you text that particular keyword to the shortcode, you receive back a mobile coupon. What this creates for you is a very valuable database indeed. These are people that have opted in to receive future text messages from you and people that you know are interested in your product. So let's talk for a second about mobile websites. We like to call them mobile microsites because all they are is a smaller version of your desktop website. Why do you want a mobile microsite? Well, it's a better user experience for people on the mobile phone. It's significantly less expensive than an app. And the other thing is only 7% of retail businesses today have a mobile version of their website. Google has said that 65% of people will leave your site if it does not render properly on their mobile phone. Hence, you have a huge competitive advantage if you have a mobile website. Here's some of the features that you want to put on a mobile website if, for instance, you're a restaurant. And one of the cool things that we're able to do is to drop an icon from a visit to a mobile website. The icon, when accepted, can be dropped on to the person's smartphone. That's some very valuable real estate because your logo is now in their pocket 24/7. And that works just like an app would drop the icon on your smartphone. And in terms of what ad agencies and brands are planning to do over the next year, this study here shows that a mobile optimized website was the #1 thing that they planned on doing, just ahead of mobile apps and QR codes. When it comes to having a mobile website, the reason you want to work with an agency is that they're going to give you the whole mobile marketing product line, meaning the person needs to find a way to the mobile website, and it is difficult and cumbersome to type in a long URL on your smartphone or feature phone. So, what you're going to do is you're going to have people scan a QR code or receive a text message and touch the URL, and then they're going to go out on the mobile web to get your product. Let's talk for a second about QR codes. We love QR codes here. They kind of have a bad rap, and it's not deserved in our opinion. QR codes are just not used properly by a lot of marketers. This year, we passed 50% penetration of smartphones, and why that's important is if you want to have an app or you want to scan a QR code, you must have a smartphone. About half of people that own smartphones have now scanned a QR code, and many of them have made a purchase. Here's an example of perhaps where not to put a QR code. On the roof of the building, I guess the whole idea here is that you could scan it if you were on Google Places. One of the great promotions that we've seen is Victoria's Secret, and you can see that they have some QR codes placed in strategic positions on the models. And when you scan the QR codes, you get to see what's under those QR codes, which is their great products. In terms of merchants, they're adopting QR codes to a much greater rate than they were just the year before, a huge growth from 2011 to 2012 in terms of merchants' use of QR codes. And here's where people are scanning them. Well, who's doing the scanning? Well, it's primarily a male audience, and like most new and innovative products, it's a young adult male product that are the early adopters. So about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we had some employees in the building get real excited about QR codes, and I didn't really understand why they were so excited about it. But the reason they were so excited is because of the ability to make custom QR codes. The way things are in the QR code business right now is that only 40% of the actual QR code is used for the scan, thus leaving the middle part and the lower right part for you to be able to put your branding in there. So we would ask you, of these QR codes, which one would you be most likely to scan? We've done hundreds of custom QR codes here, and they seem to be the sexy thing in the room, the thing that customers really like to see. There's some cool things that you can do with them, different shapes and sizes that you can work with them, and they really make your brands stand out. In fact, a couple of our QR codes were in a recent article by CNN, Money Magazine. And one of the best things about custom QR code, we've done many apples-to-apples comparisons, and when they're aligned with a brand and when they are customized, they get a 2.3 times greater scan rate. So at this point, I'm going to turn it over to our associate, Brad Bierman. Brad has been working with us here since 1990, and Brad's going to talk to you a little bit about social media interaction and its combination with mobile.
Thank you very much, Bob. And again, if anyone has any trouble hearing, just let me know. We found in speaking with our clients in the last couple of months the increasing importance to plan the implementation and use of applicable social media channels to supplement the mobile technology. As John and Bob have just outlined some of the various product lines in mobile, from text messaging to mobile apps. And once a decision has been made on the direction of a brand or a company of which way they're going to go with a mobile program, it's very important then to make sure everybody that is important to know about it does know about it. So we integrate the appropriate elements into the mobile marketing campaign to make sure the brand remains relevant, consistent, and exposed. And we highlight 4 areas to your desired recipient, the consumer. Promotion. Starting with promotion. The targeted audience that needs to know about the mobile campaign will know about it. Engagement. The targeted audience wants to know what's in it for them. It must be a compelling experience. And at that point, we've heard a lot of feedback in the last couple of months about engagement and making promotions compelling so the consumer has interest in participating. And certainly with the applicable social media channels, we make sure that happens. Interaction. Mobile and social media channels are direct two-way communication with your audience, and it's important to emphasize that two-way communication. As Bob Bob had outlined a little bit before with text messaging and building up an opt-in database of folks that want to participate, you want to have that interaction that would be ongoing so you'd have ways to communicate moving forward. And satisfaction. Once consumers have invested time and have interest in a certain product or promotion, once they take part in the campaign, that target audience needs to feel good about the whole experience from start to finish. So what we've been doing with our clients and getting a lot of good feedback from them is sitting down once mobile strategy has been put in place and have recommendations of which social media channels to use and how often at the beginning of a project, and then review that on an ongoing basis because, of course, the social media landscape changes on a month-to-month basis. And working with channels including Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Google+, and YouTube, and mobile social sites such as Yelp and Foursquare. We work also on reputation management, increasingly important that companies have come back to us and said, we see what folks are saying about us or about a promotion or about our reputation, so that we work in monitoring channels related to our clients, their business or specific industry for comments that turn out to be, of course, both positive and negative directed towards that client. Also leveraging the power of content. Content is so key and important. It's one of the items we've seen that many companies don't have perhaps the staff or the resources to put together fresh content to supplement social media campaigns, and it's critical to do that. So information pertaining to your customers to keep them updated on what's going on not only with your business or industry or products or a specific promotion is so critical. And we assist in creation and optimization of that content to be found in online searches to attract your audience, and also do that through mobile search engine optimization to increase search engine rankings. And then apply the appropriate image and visual updates as well during the life of the campaign. So those are among the areas that we do in an overview with a client in social media. And at this point, to tie it all together and go over some specific examples of consumer engagement, I'm going to turn it over to Scott Bronenberg, who handles the various sales and marketing campaigns with our clients.
Thank you, Brad, and thank you everybody for staying with us today in our webinar. As Brad had mentioned, I'm going to try and bring things kind of full circle and close the loop in terms of what you learned today as far as the ecosystem of mobile marketing. Try and focus on a couple specific tactics that have been very successful as far as promotions and engaging the consumer. And then I'm also going to show you how we can integrate mobile and social with some promotions that are getting some great impact with our retail partners. So what are the benefits of a mobile optimized promotion? Well, we're engaging your consumers with their mobile browser of choice. As you've heard, numerous times today, today folks are browsing on their mobile device. Longer the days are the laptop and desktop. Now are the days of the pad, tablet, and your mobile smartphone. So we're starting a very intimate relationship as consumers often bring mobile devices even to the bathroom, as we can see. And what's great? We're establishing a mobile database of opt-in consumers, and that's really the name of the game. Something that we haven't touched on specifically today, and we will at other points in the future, is mobile search and how that's growing at an astronomical rate. And why we need to pay close attention to that is, our mobile optimized experience will be the difference between winning and losing your potential consumer. So we want to make sure we're delivering an optimized experience on the mobile device. And typically, it's the link between your mobile or e-commerce and increasing traffic to your mobile site, or we're introducing a new app. So again, it's so important that we optimize that experience and that we're fun, innovative, engaging, and a memorable interaction, as it's an extension of your brand and business. So we should, handle it with kids' gloves. So what I'll briefly discuss and present to you today is our experience with SMS text message marketing, specifically in terms of text to win and text to enter sweepstakes, some mobile web optimized promotions, showing you how we form fit and scale down our, design and functions to the experience in mobile and to the screen. Talk about mobile microsites, and then I'm going to bring it full circle in terms of Facebook mobile and talk about social mobile engagement. And then at the end of the day, all these promotions are nice, but how do we promote the promotion? And I'll show you some examples that have been successful for us and some others. So text to win. It's kind of the ground level in terms of SMS, but it's the most effective and powerful tool as it's offering consumer instant gratification. That's what all our consumers want. We're, a fast-paced society, and we want it now. And what's great on the other side of it is whoever's executing this SMS text promotion it's timely redemption. So we know how to push the needle with our retail partners in specific months where we want to see those comp rates grow, or we want to push that revenue needle in a specific weekend coming into some evaluation. So what we're always doing is turning traditional awareness into consumer interaction with your brand or business. And I'll be redundant in repeating that cliche line today. And the most important thing is an entry to opt-in consumers for future broadcast text messages. So you can see, this really brings your traditional awareness to life, with Cheerwine. Here's an opportunity to make dynamic POS at retail with Cheerwine distribution partners. Here with our retail partners, we just came off a great holiday promotion where we're texting or we're scanning a code to engage with that consumer, or we're driving traffic to retail. Come in, get a game card, win now, and then also text for a chance to win later. And then you'll see how we've done things, on the retail front as far as hang tag interaction. Mobile sweepstakes promotion. Here's a live promotion with, Franklin and their batting gloves celebrating their 30th anniversary. The name of the game is data capture, and opt-ins are the name of the game. This is tied in with their partner MLB, and they're looking for opt-ins to MLB.com, and so is Franklin, because we want to know who our customers are, and we always really want to stay connected, and that's really the name of the game. Here we offer, and we'll often talk about in specifics in terms of customizing integration with a lot of our clients. So as we capture data, we're giving them a seamless entry to reporting, which gives them immediate follow-up opportunities, real-time monitoring. They can see if the traditional advertising is working, peaking, or slowing down as they monitor engagement in real time, and it's a secure and instantaneous tool. And we've done this a lot with our clients recently. A question that often comes up now with clients is, can you do mobile and standard? That's typically, way we do everything in terms of an engagement. We don't want to close any doors on our consumers. So here with MetLife, brand new for 2013, and what was special is that actually this was a bilingual promotion with MetLife, as you can see, Chinese and English copy. So a lot of work there. But here you can see a standard web optimization as well as mobile sweepstakes entry form. Here's a very innovative promotion on the table with our friends at Party City, where we're engaging with a giveaway at stadiums, where it's a wristband. Be a fan and wear the band. We're coming to a store. Either way, we're giving them the opportunity to scan or text for a chance to win Giants tickets all through the season. So we're engaging them with a portal of entry SMS text Giants, or come to a store or the website and scan the custom QR code for a chance to win. So again, I'm traditionally always saying throughout a day, how do we turn traditional awareness into mobile audience engagement? So here you can see from events to Facebook to broadcast television, or to Staples local or regional campaign that we've worked with. The name of the game is how do we get that traditional broadcast media campaign into an engagement with our mobile consumer, because that's where we can activate those consumers into additional revenue. So the big gorilla in the room, as we know, and this is where we kind of tie in social and mobile, is the billion user gorilla, Facebook. And the Facebook mobile user is probably the most powerful, mobile consumer at this point, as even when we build apps, we're often building in your Twitter, Facebook, and so forth into the apps, creating their own social network environment and plugging in things like Social Cam and Spotify and Yahoo News, all fed through Facebook. So in essence, creating a Facebook internet. So they're controlling that content. As we say here, the future could have just a Facebook web. So users get content streamed to a news feed right through Facebook News. So Facebook retargeting, Facebook Exchange, these are all things that are very powerful. So how do we take a targeted campaign and make it come to life with instant impact at retail? Well, we've had tremendous success as a collaborator in our development with our mobile scratch and match game with a Facebook twist. So we're pushing people to like our client here, as you can see with Red Lobster, and it's an instantaneous login, so it's very seamless. We remove, the element of filling in fields, and we're grabbing that Facebook demographic instantaneously to our database. And here we give the opportunity for a consumer to play almost every day, every 8 hours. And here you can see a multitude of a prize pool, everything really pushing to the retail partner for more revenue. And as you can see on the bottom, you have your Pinterest and tweet as well. The scratch and match game, it provides interaction and product engagement, as you can see, with a bounce back to retail, very rich experience through mobile and the PC. So it's that versatility, and value of both those worlds. So we're not really leaving anybody out. Every winner and player receives an email confirmation and their prize. So both, nowadays most people get their email on their mobile phone. So here you get instantaneous prize redemption through this program. And here you can see, congratulations on your mainstay scratch and match offer. Here's your $5 purchase off 2 mainstay entry purchase. So a great, prize, a great, incentive for me to visit Red Lobster. And all I need to do is download this PDF where I can show on my phone or print for my traditional standard web. And what's the most powerful part? It's virility. It's viral. So every time I go and play, it's offering me a chance to share it with my friends, and then it's posting to my wall telling everybody I just played and I just won this great deal from Red Lobster. Who else has this concept been successful for? Y Snacks just came off a great promotion in the fourth quarter of 2012. Over 250,000 people played. I'm sorry, about 300,000 plays, and we had about 18,000 new likes, so about almost 20,000 likes from a 6-week campaign, and it was shared almost at an 85 to 90% clip. As you can see, a little over 17,000 of the 18.3 shared it with others. So you can see that virility is very strong, very successful campaign, offers a very dynamic experience for the end user. We've been successful with our retail partners with the same concept, and here you can see how Party City's really leveraging their relationships with their licensing partners here, like Dark Knight, and we've done other work with their Disney and Star Wars partnerships as well. So you can see this promotion is having huge impact as it delivers both social and mobile. So how do we promote the promotion as I come down, the finish line here? We have to promote the promotion. So here we offer targeted mobile advertising. Here we'll target your demo. So here, if it's women and it's 25 to 54, we target our app network where we have opportunities in inventory, whether it's mobile web or mobile app. Here we have the opportunity to place mobile ads. So here's one way to promote that promotion. And here you can see from iPad to iPhone to Droid to the Windows device, we can offer opportunities to place targeted, geolocated, meaning where your clients are distributed, we can allocate zip codes and target those mobile devices, particularly in those zip codes, to where your products are being sold. So very powerful, and what we link it to is just as important. So this is kind of here where I bring it and close the loop here, where we talk about mobile ad placement, custom QR code, and SMS text entries, where we're delivering a mobile promotional microsite that pushes through to a social mobile game that delivers, a bounce back to retail. So hopefully, this kind of brought that whole thing full circle of all the tools in our toolbox and how powerful and efficient they can be for you and your clients. At this point, I'm going to hand it off to Bob. We're holding you down the home stretch, and thank you again for your time today.
Thanks, Scott. You can see Scott has knowledge in a lot of different areas, not just your traditional mobile, but has background in media. All of our account managers and account executives here at the company do have backgrounds in media because we think mobile's a lot more than just the nuts and bolts of providing something mobile. It's also about how to get people to download the app, how to get people to participate in social media. So it's really a full-fledged agency approach, and it's all cohesive there in terms of getting people involved and the vendor relationship of providing the products on the back end. So wanted to quickly run down some promotions we've done recently, and then we'll sign off. If you do have any questions, I've seen a couple questions come in. We have very nice attendance today at this event. Please ask them. We are trying to keep things under an hour today. We did have several speakers that we don't normally have so many. So please send us the questions and we will respond via email to your specific questions. Text message voting. In Canada, we do, by the way, we have a full office in Canada if you have any Canadian customers. This particular event was done for the Oshawa Generals, and you voted for the MVP of the season during their final game of the year in the 2012 season. Great to see hockey back again this year. Another kind of voting here done by CNN on the CNN Heroes show, and when we first became in discussions with CNN, they had planned on doing text message voting throughout the world. Well, that would be a very cumbersome thing to do, very difficult to set up text messaging all around the world, and would have the opportunity for abuse. In this particular program, if you watch CNN Heroes, there's a $100,000 prize, so it's pretty significant prize, and it's important that the customer that the customer be able to vote via mobile and not be able to stuff the ballots. Cool promotion done with QR codes. Lacrosse is a pretty new sport in this country in terms of mass participation, and in this particular book done by the U.S. Lacrosse Association, they included a QR code on each of the pages to describe different drills, and if the coach is out on the field, he can scan the QR code and actually get a video of a college lacrosse team doing that particular drill, so he can then set up that drill with his youth team. Super Jam 2 was one of the coolest promotions we've done this past summer in conjunction with an urban radio station in Philadelphia. They handed out about 3,000 VIP lanyards with a QR code. This was absolutely the #1 participation program we've ever done, nearly a 65% participation rate, and they really did everything right on this particular promotion. And when I say everything right, they had great prizes, a chance to go backstage and meet the artists. They had a mobile coupon for everyone that participated from the sponsor, Sneaker Villa. And they actually even had interns walking around the audience to help people who had never scanned a QR code before. Of course, being that the audience was primarily young African-American audience who are very active on their mobile phones and usually have smartphones, this was something that lended itself very well to a great participation rate. I wanted to bring it all together for you here with a video.
Now's the time to get serious about making your dealership's information and inventory accessible to any mobile device. Need achievable mobile products that will help you reach mobile users in Cars to Go Mobile Play from Advanced Mobile Solutions. It starts with the Smartphone Dealer app. Customers who download your app to an iPhone, iPad, or Android are connecting with your dealership in a new and more personalized way. And it's not about cool factor. It's about delivering functionality that your customers want and will use. Here's how it works. The app's car search feature provides real-time access to your inventory with large images and rich listing details. Customers can also use the app to request a service appointment, check service history, and more, including lots of useful features with more on the way. Send notifications, let customers learn about your sales and service promotions. And customers with trade-ins will use the Sell Your Car feature to send photos and vehicle details using technology right from their mobile devices, including make, trim, model year, mileage, cosmetic, and mechanical condition. Quality trade-in leads coming to you through Dealership mobile app. Today, more text messages are sent and received than phone calls made, a trend that's growing across all demographics. Our text message marketing solution will help you engage these 200 million plus mobile users who text regularly every month. By adding a mobile shortcode dealer keyword to your advertising and on-site marketing, you'll give mobile users a way to respond that's immediate and personalized. They get an automated response to your dealership information and a link to inventory and specials. You receive the lead via email or text, backed by a smart lead management system. You can also use text marketing to push traffic building promotions right to customer phones. By 2013, mobile industry projections indicate that more people will access the internet from their mobile devices than from desktop computers, which is why you need to make your website mobile-friendly now, giving mobile users real-time access to inventory and offers with user-friendly click-to-call, email, or e-brochure options. Mobile marketing is here to stay. Now is the time to capitalize. Put the Cars to Go mobile triple play to work for your dealership. Your advertising and marketing will work harder. You'll see a steady flow of high-quality leads each month and build more profitable relationships with existing customers. The Cars to Go triple play mobile solution, only from Advanced Mobile Solutions.
So there's an example of pulling everything together with a complete mobile marketing strategy for auto dealers. We have these webinars pretty regularly. If you're in the Philadelphia area, we'll be speaking on January 31st at the Greater Philadelphia Chamber of Commerce on Broad Street. Love to have you there. And if you're not, we have a full slate of webinars like this that we'll be setting up. They'll be specific in nature, and you can see the next one is February 13th, which will be on our instant win games and sweepstakes to engage your mobile audience. So thanks to some of our customers, and of course here's the most important QR code that you'll get. I'm Bob Bentz, President of ATS Mobile. Please scan this and link in with us. And if you want to get a copy of this presentation, we will be sending you details via email. We thank you for coming and hope you'll attend future webinars. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.